the version that we just sang contained the Chatimah, the final blessing for the first prayer, but not for the second. So look at page 423. We'll read together in English. My soul came to me pure, drawn from the reservoir of the holy. All the time it remains within me, I am thankful for its thirst for compassion and justice. Let my eyes behold the beauty of all creatures. Let my hands know the privilege of righteous deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, asher b'do nefesh kol chai, v'ruach kol basar ish. The next three right-hand sides of the pages are all the morning blessings for the daily miracles of life. Waking up, functioning, moving in this world, being who we truly are. It's considered important to acknowledge God in all these many ways. You are free to chant along with Cantor Berman or simply respond Amen to each of the blessings. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufi.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechim mitzadek ha'er.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish harumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten hayav koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavir shenamei na'edru ma'mei ha'afapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani bat chorin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Oze Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Oze Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. We're turning ahead to page 430 for the blessing for daily Torah study. We're at the top of the page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. On the facing page is another blessing. It ends slightly differently. And there's a beautiful understanding. Many of us understand that English uses lots of words to express ideas, and Hebrew compresses them. And this last line, the no that is really no, the yes that is really yes, is so wordy. I was taught by Rabbi Marmer in Jerusalem, it's simply love, love, hen, hen. No is no, yes is yes. And in a time where we seek to enter into this new year fresh, may we all be blessed that our love is a love, our no is a no, our hen is a hen. We read together on page 167. We seekers of God, how do we find you? In good deeds and in the study of Torah. And your search for us, you find us in the bending of the knee, in the rigor of study, in the honesty of commerce, through a good heart, through decency, in respect, true fellowship, companionship, and love, through truth and peace, in the no that is really no, and the yes that is really yes. Baruch atah Adonai hamlamed Torah li'amo Yisrael. So the passage we're going to study is the one we do every day. The mitzvot that are unlimited, that we can never do enough of, is that are page 432, we read together. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick,
providing for the wedding couple,
accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. The study of Torah
encompasses them all.
As we turn our thoughts to the Psalms, there's one very brief intro on page 439. I'll read that before the chanting of Psalm 100. Page 439 at the top. Please join me if you will. Hareini mizamen epi lehodot ulalel ulashabech et bori. With this do I prepare myself to thank, praise, and glorify my Creator. Blessed are you, Sovereign of life, whom we praise with songs of glory. Baruch atah Adonai mehulal batishbachot. Psalm 100 is on the following page, 440.
Hariul Adonai kol haaretz, yivdu et Adonai
continue with Ashrei, Psalm 145 on page 442 and 443.
Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha selah.
Ashrei am shekach Eloho, Ashrei am sheranai Eloha.
Tehillah leDavid, aromimcha Elohai hamelech, v'avarcha shimcha leolam va'ed.
B'chol yamav archecha, v'halala shimcha leolam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai umhulal meod, v'li gdulato in cheker.
Dor ledor yeshabach ma'asecha, ugvorotecha yagidu.
Hadar kevod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha asicha.
Mezuz notecha yomeru, ugdalatcha asaprena.
Zecher rav tuvcha yabiu, v'tzidkatcha yiranenu.
Anun rachum Adonai, erech apayim ugdol chased.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Aduch Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yivarchucha.
Kevod malchutcha yomeru, guratacha yedaberu.
V'nodia levnei hadam gvurotaha, u'chvod adar malchutoho.
Malchutcha malchut kol olamim, umemshatacha bechol dor vador.
Somech Adonai lechol hanoflim, zokef lechol hakfufim.
Enei chol elecha yesaberu, ve'ata noten lahem et ochlam be'ito.
Poteach et yadecha, u'masbir lechol chai ratzon.
Tzadik Adonai bechol deracha, ve'chasid bechol ma'asav.
V'arov Adonai lechol koraha, u'lechol asher yikru'uhu v'yamet.
Retzon yireyav yaseh, ve'et shavatam yishma v'yoshiem.
Shomer Adonai kol oavaha, v'kol resha'im yashmihim.
Tehilat Adonai yedaber pi, v'yevarech kol basar shem kodsho le'olam va'ed.
V'anachnu nivarech ya, me'ata v'yad olam. Hallelujah. On 445, you'll find Psalm 115. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. El bekodsho. Hallelujah. Birkia uzo. Hallelujah. Bigurota. Hallelujah. Kerov good Lord. Hallelujah. 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 Beteka shofar. Hallelujah. Beneva bechinor. Hallelujah. Betov umachol. Hallelujah. Beminim be'ugav. Hallelujah. 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 Betzalel shama. Hallelujah. Betzalel truah. Kol hanshama tehallelia. Kol hanshama tehallelia. Hallelujah. 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 I'd like to do one piece in English before ending this section of the service, and we're on 447, this very famous passage. Ilu Finu, we'll read it in English together on 447. Even if our mouths were full of song as the sea, and our tongues full of joy in countless waves, and our lips full of praise as wide as skies' expanse, and were our eyes to shine like sun and moon, if our hands were spread out like heaven's eagles, and our feet swift like young deer, we could never thank you adequately, Adonai, our God and God of our ancestors, or bless your name for a 10,000th of the many times of times you granted favors to our ancestors and to us.
So the blessing that ends this section of the service is at the bottom of page 450.
Baruch
Ata Adonai El Melech
Bechol bati hishpachot El hahodahot Adonai niflahot Habocher b'shirei zimra Habocher b'shirei zimra Zimra Melech elchei ha'olamim Melech elchei
ha'olamim Melech elchei ha'olamim.
On the facing page, you'll find the Chatzi Kaddish that ends all of our morning preliminary prayers before the Baruch Hu. It's our custom to rise as you are able at your place.
Yikadal ve'yitkadash shemei rabah
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach yiruti ve'yamlich malchuti Ve'chayechon u'vimechon u'v'chayid echol beit Yisrael Bagala bagala u'vizman karif ve'imeru Amen Yehi shemei rabba mevarach le'olam ul'al me'almaya yitbarach yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitbar ve'yitromam ve'yitnase ve'yitadar ve'yitalev ve'yitalol shemei tekudesha Leila min kol birchata ve'shirata Tush bechata v'nechemata Damiron bi'alma ve'imeru Amen Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvarei choshech oseh shalom uvarei hakol hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishit ma rabu ma'asacha Adonai kulang b'chachma asita malaha aretz kinyanecha titbarach Adonai Eloheinu al shavach ma'aseh yadecha Va'al morei or sha'asita yifarucha sela, or chadash al Zion ta'ir, v'nizkachu lanu mehira la'oro, Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer hama'orot. Turning the page, we join together in English. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, our God, gracing us with surpassing compassion. On account of our forebears, whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life, be gracious to us, teaching us as well. O merciful one, have mercy on us by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah.
Ve'ha'er eineinu Ve'toratecha Ve'toratecha Ve'davek libeinu Ve'mitzvotecha Ve'mitzvotecha Ve'yached levaveinu Le'ahaval yirah et shemecha Ve'lo nevosh Ve'lo nikalem Ve'lo nikasher Le'olam Le'olam ha'ed Ki
Reading together at the bottom of the page. Gather us in peace from the four corners of the earth, and lead us upright to our land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us. Truly, you drew us near to your great name, that we might acknowledge you, declaring you one in love. Praise be you, Adonai, who chooses your people Israel in love. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher ba'amo Yisrael ba'ava. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. We continue on page 460. אהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ושכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. On page 465. I, Adonai, have called you to righteousness and taken you by the hand and kept you. I have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations. We are Israel, witness to God's covenant. This is the covenant I make with Israel. I will place my Torah in your midst and write it upon your hearts. I will be your God, and you will be my people.
We are Israel. Our Torah forbids the worship
of race or nation, possessions,
or power.
Hate evil and love what is good. Let justice well up as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream.
We
are Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed. Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, desolation and destruction within your borders. All your children shall be taught of Adonai, and great shall be the peace of your children. We are Israel, O God, and we are witnesses to your will and messengers of your truth. You are my witnesses, says Adonai, and my servant whom I have chosen. Know me, therefore, and put your trust in me. We are Israel, O God, and we proclaim you the God of freedom, as did our ancestors on the shores of the sea. With Mi Chamocha, turning the page.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nidar b'kodesh, nora tehilot hosif eleh, shira chadasha shibechu geulim leshimcha. صفات ايام ياخد كلام هدو ويمليخ وبيامرو أدوناي يملخ لعلام وعد צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל ופדה יהודה וישראל גואלינו אדוני צבאות שמו קדוש ישראל ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Continuing now with the tefillah, which begins with the meditation, opening meditation on page 468. Please rise as you're able.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agit hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah, El Elyon, Komel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot Imahot, u'mevii Geula לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה.
מלך חוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני,
מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים באמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך, מלך תמיד ומחייך, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
This one. First, we'll get, first on right opposite where we were at the bottom of page 473. Remember those whose hearts poured out to you like water, who trusted that the journey would lead to you. For Abraham and Sarah's faith do not withhold water. Remember the one chosen for her words, please take some water. And remember the one whose blood was almost spilled like water.
For Rebekah and Isaac's righteousness grant water.
Remember how Jacob crossed the river to wrestle in the waters of his conscience. Recall the sisters' tears, their waters of birth, their tents of peace.
For Jacob, Rachel,
and Leah.
fill the earth with needed water.
Livracha v'lo liklacha, for blessing and not for curse. L'chaim v'lo lamavet, for life and not death. L'sova v'lo l'razon, for abundance, not want. Continuing now with the Kedusha on page 476.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, בשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, הכתוב על יד נביאך, וכרזל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני
צבאות, ולא כבודו.
אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, אדיר שמך בכל הארץ.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו.
אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו, הוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם,
ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. may be seated. Continuing on page 478, at the bottom of the page, we read together. You have chosen us in love and favor by making us holy through your mitzvot and drawing us close to your service, that through us your great and holy name may become known in all the earth. In your love, Adonai our God, you have given us feasts of gladness and seasons of joy, this festival of Atzeret, Simchat Torah, season of rejoicing, to unite in worship and recall the exodus from Egypt. Continuing right along on page 480, our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel and recall our merit for good and grace, and in loving kindness and compassion for life and peace, on this festival of Atzeret, Simchat Torah, Zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu bo latova. This day remember for us well-being. Uvokdeinu vo livracha, this day bless us with your nearness. Voshienu vo lechaim, this day help us to a fuller life. And on page 483, let standing corn grow ripe as dewdrops bring their blessing, food for the hungry, healing for the sick. Let the bare vines
be draped with
grape blossoms.
as the heavens yield their dew.
Let the oases drip with plenty and hills be draped in gladness, dressed with flowers in the colors of spring. Sing your great goodness as the heavens.
yield their dew.
Let the trees God made be fed on valley and hill, the granaries be filled with grain, the vats with wine and oil.
Let every village be joyous and safe as the heavens yield their dew.
Let those who spend themselves in the study of our faith shine bright as stars.
You
Fill the hungry soul, the dry and empty heart.
And fill it with delight as the heavens yield their dew.
Send your sweet breeze to renew our life. Restore to its ancient glory the land of our heritage. You who are good to all, let the time of redemption come, renew our life. Our God and God of our ancestors, as dew descends, let light illumine the earth, let blessing restore the earth, let joy and gladness abound on the earth, let song resound on the earth, with goodness and sustenance, deliver us on earth. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh Yisrael, B'hazmanim.
Ritzi Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ava tekabel Tamid avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha El karov lechol korav peni el avadecha v'choninu Shefuch ruchacha alinu v'techezena ininu b'shuvecha leTzion Adonai
On page 486, we join together in a prayer of gratitude. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemcha l'chana'eh v'hodot. On page 490, Sim Shalom, prayer for peace. We follow Sim Shalom with our own personal prayer.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל עמך. ברכנו יוצרנו כולנו כאחד באור פניך, כי באור פניך נתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל עמך. תורת חיים ואהבת חסד ואהבת חסד וצדקה וברכה ורחמים וחיים ושלום. שים שלום בעולם, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל עמך. וטוב וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל עמך. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
Amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תהילים, ואמרו אמן. יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה לה לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה לה לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תהילים, ואמרו אמן.
Continue with Hallel on page 560 with the blessing that begins this section.
Hallelujah.
Baruch.
I'm sorry.
We're so excited for Hallel.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likrot Hallel.
Now on the facing page 561.
Now, ready. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Avdei Adonai, hallelujah, et Shem Adonai, Yehi Shem Adonai mevorach, me'ata ve'ad olam, v'mizrach shemesh ad mevo, ve'ulal Shem Adonai, Rama kol goyim Adonai, al hashamayim kevodo, Mikavnai Eloheinu, Hamavihi lashaver, Hamashpili lirot, Vashamayim uvaretz, Mikimi me'afardal, me'ashkot yarim evyon, lehoshivim nedivim, im nedivei amo, Moshivi akeret habayit, em habanim semecha. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Turn the page.
B'tzeit Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, Bet Yaakov le'am lo'ez. B'tzeit Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, Bet Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Hayta Yehuda lekodsho, Yisrael mamshelotav. Hayam Ravayanos, Hayarden Yisov le'achor, Heharim rakedu chelim, Gevahot kivnei tzon. Malecha hayam, kitanu, hayarden, tisov leachor, leharim, tirkedu chelim, gevahot, kivnei tzon. Milifnei Adon, Chuli Haaretz, Milifnei Elo Yaakov, Ahofchi Hatzur, Agamayim, Alamish, Lemanomayim.
Psalm 115 on the facing page.
Adonai zecharanu yevarech, yevarech et Beit Yisrael, yevarech et Beit Aharon, yevarech yirei Adonai, הקטנים עם הגדולים, יוסף אדוני עליכם, עליכם ועל בניכם, ברוכים אתם לאדוני, עושה שמיים וארץ, השמיים שמיים לאדוני, והארץ נתן לבני אדם, לא המתים יהללויה, ולא כל יודעי דומה, ואנחנו נברך יה, מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד עולם, hallelujah.
We continue with Psalm 118 on page 565 in the middle of the page.
הודו לאדוני כי טוב,
כי לעולם חסדו,
יאמר נא ישראל.
כי לעולם חסדו,
יאמרו נא ויתרון,
כי לעולם חסדו,
יאמרו נא יראי אדוני.
כי לעולם חסדו.
הודו לאדוני כי טוב,
כי לעולם חסדו,
יאמר נא ישראל.
כי לעולם חסדו,
יאמרו נא ויתרון,
כי לעולם חסדו,
יאמרו נא יראי אדוני.
כי לעולם חסדו.
יאמרו נא יראי אדוני.
כי לעולם חסדו. We continue with the latter half of Psalm 118 on page 568 and 7 lines up. May the one, we join together. May the one who enters be blessed in the name of Adonai. We bless you from the house of Adonai. Adonai is God. God has given us light. Bind the festival offering to the horns of the altar with cords. You are my God, and I will praise you. You are my God, and I will extol you. Praise Adonai, for God is good. God's steadfast love is eternal. Hodu l'Adonai ki tov, ki le'olam chasdo. The blessing that concludes this section is on the facing page. We join together. All your works shall praise you, Adonai our God, and your faithful ones, the righteous who do your will, and all your people, the house of Israel, thank you in joyous song. And bless, praise, glorify, exalt, extol, sanctify, and proclaim the sovereignty of your name. For it is good to give you thanks and to sing praises to your name, because throughout all time to eternity you are God. Praise to you, Adonai, sovereign, praised in song. Baruch atah Adonai, melech mehulal batishbachot.
The Torah service for the holiday and for Simchat Torah is found on page 494, 495. Before we sing our opening song, there's a reading at the bottom of 495. And just kind of a preview what's going to happen. After we do our preliminary prayers, there are going to be 7 hakafot. Hakafah is a kind of a parading with the Torah. I call it the Torah sock hop because I grew up in the 50s and 60s. The idea is to dance with the Torah, to literally rejoice with the Torah. We have all kinds of Torahs. We have full Sifrei Torah in the ark here that we'll be taking out. Well, the white and gold scrolls here, they are the Nevi'im Ketuvim. They are the rest of the Bible that we certainly venerate as well. And the nice thing about them is many of them are lighter. and they're easier to carry around. And we also have some very small ones, including 2 plush ones. I saw a baby here earlier that maybe wants the plush one. And we're going to actually call out various groupings for people to dance with the Torah. If you see us a little unrestrained, it's my last Simchat Torah, so I'm going to be a little unrestrained with the Torah.
Last one on the
Last one on the bima here. No, yes, not the last one before death or something like that. Anyway, as we look at the bottom of page 495, we find the following reading. Ata horeta lada'at ki Adonai hu Elohim en od milvado. Lo oseh niflaot gedolot levado ki le'olam chasdo. Together in English. You have been shown that you may know that Adonai alone is our God. There is none else who alone does great wonders. God's love is eternal. Please rise as you are able.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, ve'en kemasecha, malchutecha malchut kol ha'adim, u'memshaltecha b'chodor v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai
Adonai oz lemoitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom, aharachani, heitiva et zoncha et Sion, tivnecho Tivnecho Yerushalayim, ki becha levad batachnu, melech el ram v'nisa adon olamim. Mitzion te Adonai Torah, Udeva, Adonai, Mirushalayim. Turn the page. 496. Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan, Torah, Torah, Le'amo Israel, Nehektu. Adonai. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Apayim, Rav Chesed V'Emet, Notze Chesed Le'alafim, Nose Avon V'Fesha, V'Chata V'Nakeh. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Apayim, Rav Chesed V'Emet, Notze Chesed Le'alafim, Nose Avon V'Fesha, V'Chata V'Nakeh. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, Erech Apayim, Rav Chesed V'Emet, Notze Chesed Le'alafim, Nose Avon V'Fesha, V'Chata V'Nakeh. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Eloheinu. 500. Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai iti, Uniram So before the Hakafot, turn to page 500. You'll find the special calls for the different Hakafot. And we're going to try to do them in some kind of groupings. And again, if you don't like my groupings, just grab a Torah. It's fine with me. The first one is for all those born in the Pittsburgh area, Western Pennsylvania. The native, it's supposed to go as a birthright, like, Kohen or something. We don't do Kohen. But all those born in this area, please come and get a scroll so you can dance around with the Torah. This way, go to Rabbi Schiff. And go all the way over to Rabbi Mahler, from rabbi to rabbi, from generation to generation, after the appropriate call, and we respond, Hoshiana. Hoshiana. Hatzlichana. Anenu, anenu, Richard. Anenu, anenu, biyom koreinu. Anenu, anenu,
biyom koreinu.
Anenu,
anenu, biyom koreinu. Lecha Adonai
Hagedula ve'hagevura ve'atiferet ve'hanetzach ve'hahod. Kichol bashamayim u'ba'aretz, kichol bashamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlecha ve'amit na'aseh lechol erov. This way.
Romemu
Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodecho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodecho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodecho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodecho. Second aliyah for those not born in Western Pennsylvania in the Pittsburgh area, who are as the homeborn. So please come and get a Torah if you were not born in the area. Again, there are the Nach scrolls, the very light scrolls, and the full Torah scrolls, whatever you would like to dance with. Number 2. Okay.
Dover tzedakot
Hoshiana.
Ador bilvavusho
Hatzlichana.
Vatik v'chasir anenu v'yom koreinu. Ay, ay, ay,
Anenu, anenu,
biyom koreinu.
Anenu, anenu, biyom koreinu. Anenu, anenu, biyom koreinu. Anenu, biyom koreinu.
Al shlosha devarim,
Al shlosha devarim,
al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed.
Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim,
Al shlosha
devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al Torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al Torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Number 3 is for the grandparents. Anybody's a grandparent who wants to celebrate having grandchildren. Laura, you're holding your Torah, aren't you? Right there. Beautiful. For the third aliyah, hakafa, not aliyah. Okay?
Zach v'yashar
Hoshiana.
Chomel dalim
Hatzlichana.
Tov mitiv anenu v'yom koreinu. Ay,
Anenu, Anenu, Biyom Koreinu. Anenu, Anenu, Biyom Koreinu. Anenu, Anenu, Biyom Koreinu. Anenu, Anenu, Biyom Koreinu.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Grandparents?
hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Kol hanshama
Hallelujah. 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 Kol hanshama hallelujah. 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 I guess I'm a grandparent too. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol hanshama te hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol hanshama te hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Women's. The next hakafah is the women's hakafah. I don't qualify, so please. And by the way, I do not know what gender people choose to identify with, but we are identifying this as women and those who identify with women as their own special hakafah. Please respond to the appropriate chant.
יודע מחשבות
Hoshiana,
כביר ונאור
הצליחנה.
לובש צדקות עננו ביום קורנו
Nay, 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 annenu, annenu, biyom korenu.
עננו עננו
Biyom korenu.
עננו עננו ביום קורנו
Annenu, annenu, biyom korenu.
Yisagoy
El goy cherem, lo yilmedu, kodu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherem, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherem, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherem, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherem.
Yisagoy el goy cherem, lo yilmedu od milchama.
All the men, for those who identify as men, please come and take a Torah for the next aliyah after the appropriate chant. Many Torahs for women.
מלך עולמים הושיענה נאור ואדיר הצליחנה סומך נופלים עננו ביום קורנו איי 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 עננו עננו ביום קורנו עננו עננו ביום קורנו עננו עננו ביום קורנו
עננו ביום קורנו הושיע
את עמך
וברך את נחלתך מורים ונעשים על העולם הושיע את עמך וברך את נחלתך
Hoser Dalim, Hoshiana,
Hoshiana,
Hodehu Matzil, Hatzlichana. Everyone.
Hatzlichana,
Sor Olamim, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Ay, 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 ay.
Aneinu, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Aneinu, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Aneinu, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Aneinu, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Ushaftem mayim besason mimane ha-Yeshua. Shaftem mayim besason mimane ha-Yeshua. Mayim, 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 mayim. Hey, mayim besason. Mayim, 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 mayim. Hey, mayim besason. Hey, 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 hey. Mayim, 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 mayim besason. Mayim, 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 mayim besason. Ushaftem mayim besason mimane ha-Yeshua. Ushaftem mayim besason mimane ha-Yeshua. Mayim, 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 mayim. Hey, mayim besason. Mayim, 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 mayim. Hey, mayim besason. Hey, 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 hey. Mayim, 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 mayim besason. Mayim, 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 mayim besason. Ushaftem mayim besason mimane ha-Yeshua. Ushaftem mayim besason mimane ha-Yeshua. Mayim, 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 mayim. Hey, mayim besason. Mayim, 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 mayim. Hey, mayim besason. Hey, 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 hey. Mayim, 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 mayim besason. Mayim, 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 mayim besason.
All right, last one's an all skate. So you call it an over.
Kadosh v'norah, Hoshiana, Rachum v'chanun, Hatzlichana, Shomer haBrit Aneinu v'yom koreinu, Tov mechtemimim, Hoshiana, Takif la'ad, Hatzlichana, Tamim b'masav Aneinu v'yom koreinu.
Ay, 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 Aneinu, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Aneinu, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Aneinu, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Ay, 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 Aneinu, Aneinu, V'yom Koreinu. Eitz Chaim hi למחזיקים בה ותומכיה. מאושר עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה. מאושר. שלום, 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 שלom. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה. מאושר עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה. מאושר. שלום, 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 שלום.
I'll ask you, if you're standing, to please wait just another moment until the Torahs are in the Ark and the Ark is closed. The two Torah portions for Simchat Torah are well known to so many. The end of Devarim. The Steubenville Torah has the other one. This one. No. That one goes. Where's Steubenville? Steubenville is what we're using. Okay. And that one has to be balanced. Hold that until I get there. Okay. Let's just take this. There we go. Find your seats, everyone. We're delighted to have Rabbi Larry Friedman back on the pulpit here. He's going to be reading the first part of the end. This is chapter 34 of Deuteronomy. So this is going to be translated as we go along. Or afterwards, it's fine. Now, hold that. Thank you. The first aliyah is going to be for people born in October, November, and December. We have a very large talit that we ask people to stand under to celebrate them. Here, take this. It's this side up. Here, give me that end. Give me that end. You take this. Thank you. There we go. This is correct. October, November, December. And we're going to hold this talit over you. If we have tall people who are willing to participate and be tall, anyone taller than Rabbi Henry, that would be cool too. That would be Molly May as well. There you go. The spirit is willing. Okay. Yes, you are. Okay, hold on. I need somebody. There we go. Well, wonderful. Here we go. You get to hold. Simon says 2 steps forward. 1, 2. There we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bar. Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed. Amen.
אשר על פני ירחו, ויראהו אדוני את כל הארץ, את הגלעד עד דן, ואת כל נפתלי, ואת ארץ אפרים ומנשה, ואת כל ארץ יהודה, עד הים האחרון, ואת הנגב, ואת הכיכר, בקעת ירחו, עיר התמרים, עד צוער. ויאמר אדוני, Moses went up on top and saw everything. That's pretty much it. ויאמר אדוני אליו, זאת הארץ, אשר נשבעתי לאברהם, ליצחק וליעקב. That's the land that I swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. לאמור לזרעך אתננה הראיתיך בעיניך, ושמה לא תעבור. ויעמוד שם משה עבד אדוני בארץ מואב, על פי אדוני, ויקבור אותו בגיא, בארץ מואב, מול בית פאור, ולא ידע איש את קבורתו עד היום הזה. And he went up to the top, and he died there, and was buried, and no one knows where to this day. Okay. Yeah, I'm just holding it. Simchat Torah.
Amen. Everybody say Yesher Koach. All right, that means January, February, March. There's nobody who doesn't get an aliyah if they want an aliyah. I'm a Feb. And even if it is not your birthday, if you are a tallis holder and tall, we want you. There we go. But you get to hold this, Sarah. Hold that. Okay. There we go.
That was October, though. This isn't my birthday month.
Oh, see, Rabbi Gorman is tenting us. That's great. Pointing to the sky. 1, 2, 3. Baruch hu et Adonai hamborach. Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vahen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Moshe ben Me'ah ve'esrim shana b'moto. Moses was 120 years old when he died. Lo ha'ata eno v'lo nas lecho. His eyes were undimmed, and he was still full of vigor. Vivku v'nei Yisrael et Moshe ba'arvot Moav shoshim yom. The children of Israel wept for Moses for 30 days. V'yitmu yemei v'chi evel Moshe. And then the time of mourning and crying for Moses came to an end. V'Yoshua bin Nun malei ruach chokhmah. And then Joshua, the son of Nun, is full of the spirit of wisdom. Ki samach Moshe et yadav elav, because Moses had put his hands on him, or samach, like anointed, ordained him. Vishma'u elav b'nei Yisrael ve'asu ka'asher tziva Adonai et Moshe. The children of Israel listened to him, and they did as God had commanded Moses. V'lo kam navi od b'Yisrael k'Moshe. There never again was there a prophet like Moses. Asher yada'o Adonai panim el panim, who knew God face to face. L'chol ha'otot v'hamoftim asher shalacho Adonai la'asot be'eretz Mitzrayim. L'faro uchol avadav uchol artso uchol hayad hachazaka uchol ha'morah hagadol asher asa Moshe l'nei kol Yisrael. Chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek.
Chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek. Chazak. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah temen, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. After finishing Devarim, the Sefer, the scroll of Deuteronomy, we continue to Bereshit, the beginning of creation, all over again. So if you were born in April, May, June, this is your Aliyah. We're going to tie this up right now. We'll only do one Hadba. Okay. You want to lift? You're going to lift?
I mean, I can lift. I was just wondering who's reading.
No. I think Cantor Berman and Rabbi Gorban are. Okay, I'll do it. Okay. No, I'll do it. I'll do the first. Okay. Absolutely. I wanted you to use this one. Okay. All right. Hold that up for people. There we go. Come on up. Simon says 2 steps. 1, 2. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Bar. Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed. Amen. We're doing the first 4 days, 2 days for this Aliyah, and the second, third, and fourth day for the last. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim et haaretz. When God began to create the heavens and the earth, the earth was unformed and void, v'choshech al pnei tehom, with darkness over the face of the deep, v'ruach Elohim merachefet al pnei hamayim, and a wind from God roaring over the face of the waters, v'yomer Elohim yihi or. And God declared, let there be light, v'yihi or, and thus there was light. V'yar Elohim et or ki tov, and God saw the light was good. Yavdel Elohim ben or u'ben hachoshech, and God distinguished between the light and the darkness. V'kra Elohim le'or yom, and God called the light day. U'lechoshech kara laila, and God called the darkness what? Night. V'hi erev v'hi voka yom echad, and there was evening and morning a first day. V'yomer Elohim yehi rakia b'toch hamayim, let there be an expanse, a spacing between the waters, the upper waters and the lower waters. Vayhi mavdil ben hamayim lamayim, an expanse or a separation of waters from waters. Vayas Elohim et harakia, and God made this plain, as it were, this expanse. Vayavdel ben hamayim asher mitachat rakia, and God distinguished between the waters that were under this expanse, uven hamayim asher me'al larakia, and the waters that were above the expanse. Vayhichen, and so it was. Vayikri Elohim larakia shamayim, and God called the upper layer, those above the expanse, shamayim, the heavens. Vayierev vayhivoker yom sheni, there was evening and morning, a second day. Baruch atah Amen. Say a shakach, everybody.
Shakach, everybody.
All right, and then we get, what do we get? July, August, September, right? Anybody, July, August, September, it's your Aliyah. Rabbi Gorman's going to read the last part. Here we go. I'll hold. Come on, be tall. Sharon, be tall. I know. The people are coming. The tall people, they're on the way. The short people, and you get to hold? Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Larry, thanks for tenting us. That's great. All right. You move down there. We got 2. No waiting. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed. Amen. Hold this, please. Thank you. I have to focus on my job.
Vayomer Elohim, and God said, Yikavu hamayim mitachat hashemayim el makom echad. Let the waters that are below the heavens be gathered into one place. Vatera hayabasha vayhichen, and let the dry land be seen. And it was so. Vayikra Elohim layabasha eretz, and God called the dry land earth. Ulemikveh hamayim kara yamim. And to the gathering of waters, God called, what did God call the gathering of waters? You tell me. Seas, good. Vayar Elohim kitov, and God saw that it was good. Vayomer Elohim tache haaretz deshe, esev mazria zera. God said, let the earth sprout forth grasses and herbs that have their seeds, that spread their seeds, etz pri ose pri, let me know, and fruit trees that give fruit of their kind, asher zarobo, that have their seed within them, al haaretz, upon the earth, vayhichen, and it was so. Vatotzei haaretz deshe, esev mazria zera leminehu, and so the earth sprouted forth all sorts of grasses and herbs that spread out their seed according to their kind, ve'etz ose pri, asher zarobo leminehu, and fruit trees that produce fruit with their seeds in them according to their kind. Vayar Elohim ki tov, and God saw that it was good. Vayhi erev vayhi voker yom shlishi, there was evening and there was morning, third day. Vayomer Elohim yehi me'orot birkia hashemayim lehavdil bein hayom uvein halayla. God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to differentiate between the day and the night. V'hayu le'otot u'moadim v'layamim v'shanim. And they should be as signs for the times, the days, and the years. V'hayu limorot birkia hashemayim leha'ir al haaretz. And let these lights be in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth. Vayhichen, and it was so. Vayas Elohim et shnei hameorot hagdolim, and so God created the 2 large lights. Which 2 lights are those? The sun and the moon. Okay, et hamaor hagadol memshelet hayom, the large light, that would be the sun, to give light to the day. Et hamaor hakaton memshelet halayla, and the small light to give light, to rule over the night. Which one's that? The moon. Okay, just making sure. Ve'et hakochavim, and the stars. Vayitenotam Elohim birkia hashemayim, and God put them up in the expanse of the heavens, leha'ir al haaretz, to give light upon the earth, limshol bayom uvalayla, and to rule over the day and the night, v'lehavdil bein ha'or uvein ha'choshech, and to differentiate between the light and the dark. Vayar Elohim ki tov, and God saw that it was good. Vayhi erev vayhi voker yom revi'i, and there was evening and there was morning, the 4th day.
Here we go. Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah temet, v'chayim olam nata b'tachenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Please say a shakach to them.
To them.
To them, while the Torah is out, we offer mishaberach of healing for those who are in need of healing. And as we do here, I know that at Road of Shalom they elicit names between the two verses. We'll do that today. And I do not have a page. You want to do it? We'll do it together.
511.
Give me a key.
Page 511.
3.
Sorry?
Tim.
No.
Capo 3 and G. Please join, and then in the middle, we'll ask you if there are names for whom you wish healing. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. As I look at your part of the congregation, please feel free to say names out loud. I'll start with Zelig Ben Tzipora, my best friend for more than 50 years. Just call it out. Don't raise your hands, just call them out. Josh Marcus, Herb Goldstein, who has entered hospice. We wish him comfort and ease and love in his final days. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. As you are able, we'll ask you to rise for the lifting of the second Torah. We'll ask Josh Donner to come up. He's going to be reading Haftarah from the book of his own namesake, Joshua. So, Izot HaTorah Asher Sam Moshe Livnei Bnei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai Biyad Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah. Wait, not on. Torah, Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Find your seats, everyone. For the Haftarah, I'm the person who goes to the movie and stays through the credits, not because I'm waiting to see outtakes, but because I want to know what happened next. We always want to know what happened next in the story. And Moses dies, and what happens next is the beginning of the first chapter of the book of Joshua. And so it's our custom here, long-standing, that we actually offer the blessings before and after Haftarah together as a community. So the blessings for the Haftarah are on page 512. You got it right. So come right in the middle here, okay? If you know the blessing, please join in. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar neviim tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem anemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'torah u'b'Moshe avdo u'b'Yisrael amo u'b'ndiei ha'emet v'tzedek.
After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' attendant, "My servant Moses is dead. Prepare to cross the Jordan together with all this people into the land which I am giving to the Israelites. Every spot on which your foot treads I give to you, as I promised Moses. Your territory shall extend from the wilderness into the Lebanon to the great river, the river Euphrates on the east, the whole Hittite country, and up to the Mediterranean Sea on the west. No man shall be able to resist you as long as you live. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. Be strong and resolute, for you are apportioned to this people the land that I swore to their fathers to give them. But you must be very strong and resolute to observe faithfully all the teaching that my servant Moses enjoined upon you. Do not deviate from it to the right or to the left, that you may be successful wherever you go. Let not this book of the teaching cease from your lips, but recite it day and night, so that you may observe faithfully all that is written in it. Only then will you prosper in your undertakings, and only then will you be successful. I charge you, be strong and resolute. Do not be terrified or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." Joshua thereupon gave orders to the officials of the people, "Go through the camp and charge the people thus. Get provisions ready, for in 3 days' time you were to cross the Jordan, in order to enter and occupy the land which the Lord your God has given you as a possession." Then Joshua said to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, Remember what Moses, the servant of the Lord, enjoined upon you when he said, 'The Lord your God is granting you a haven. He is assigning this territory to you. Let your wives, children, and livestock remain in the land which Moses assigned to you on this side of the Jordan. But every one of your fighting men shall go across, armed in the van of your kinsmen, and you shall assist them until the Lord has given your kinsmen a haven, such as you have, and they too have gained possession of the land which the Lord your God has assigned to them. Then you may return to the land on the east side of the Jordan, which Moses the servant of the Lord assigned to you as your possession, and you may occupy it." They answered Joshua, "We will do everything you have commanded us, and we will go wherever you sent us. We will obey you just as we have obeyed Moses. Let but the Lord your God be with you, as he was with Moses. Any man who flaunts your commands and does not obey every order you give him shall be put to death. Only be strong and resolute."
We're on page 513. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol olamim tzadik b'chol hadorot ha'el ne'eman ha'omer v'seret ha'medaber u'mekayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים והשמיני חג העצרת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לששון ושמחה לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יפרח שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש ישראל והזמנים. So right now we're going to put the Torahs away on 514 and then proceed directly into the Yizkor service. We'll ask you to rise as the Torahs are lifted on high on 514.
יהללו את שם אדוני, כי נשגב שמו לבדו. הודו על ארץ ושמיים, וירם קרן לעמו. תהילה
natati lechem torati al ta'azovu. For a good heritage have I given you. Do not forsake it.
Eitz chaim hi, lama chazikim ba, v'tomechea neushar derachea, darchei noam, lechol netivoteha, Shalom, Hashivenu Adonai, Elecha v'nashuva, Hadish, Hadish Yameinu, Hadish Yameinu, Kekedem.
Please be seated.
Do you want a big print?
No, I'm okay. Go ahead. Thank you. We continue on page 574 with our service for Yizkor, our memorial. 574. Adonai, what are we that you have regard for us? What are we that you are mindful of us? We are like a breath, our days a passing shadow. We come and go like grass, which in the morning shoots up renewed, and in the evening fades and withers. You cause us to revert to dust, saying, Return, O mortal creature. Would that we were wise, that we understood where we are going. For when we die, we carry nothing away. Our glory does not accompany us. May the mark the wholehearted, and behold the upright, they shall have peace. Adonai, you redeem the soul of your servants, and none who trust in you shall be desolate. We read together on the facing page, birth is a beginning, and death a destination, and life is a journey, from childhood to maturity and youth to age, from innocence to awareness and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion, and then perhaps to wisdom, from weakness to strength, or strength to weakness, and often back again, from health to sickness, and back we pray to health again, from offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion, from grief to understanding, from fear to faith, from defeat to defeat to defeat, until, looking backward or ahead, we see that victory lies not at some high place along the way, but in having made the journey, stage by stage, a sacred pilgrimage. Birth is a beginning, and death a destination, but life is a journey, from birth to life everlasting. Psalm 23.
Mizmor David, Adonai ro'i lo echsar, binot tesheyar b'tzeini, al mei menuchot enaleini, tafshi eshovev, yancheni, v'ilmog letzedek, leman shemo. Kam ki lech beketz al movet, lo irara ki ata imadi. Shiftecha u'mishantecha, hema yenachamuni, taroch lefanai shulchan, neged sorerai, tishanda v'shemen rosh
Continue with other selections from Psalms, page 577, Esa Ainai, and thereafter 578 in Shviti.
Shamayim, Shamayim, Vaaretz. Al yitin lamot raglecha. Al yanun shomrecha. Hinei lo yanum velo yishon shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomerecha. Adonai tzilchal yan yeminecha. Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka. Beyoreach balayla. Adonai yishmorcha mikora, yishmor et nafshecha. Adonai yishmor tzitecha, uvohecha. Me'ata, me'ata ve'ad olam.
Please turn to page 578, the words of Shiviti.
Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid, ki mimini ba'alemot, lachin samach libi, vayagil kvodi, af besari yishkol lavetach, ki lo tazov nafshi lishol, lo titein chasidcha lirot shachat, todieni orach chaim, so vasemachot et panecha limot biminecha netzach. I am ever mindful of Adonai's presence. God is at my right hand, I shall never be shaken. So my heart rejoices and my whole being exults and my body rests secure. For you will not abandon me to Sheol or let your faithful one see the pit. You will teach me the path of life. In your presence is perfect joy. Delights are ever in your right hand.
My teacher and mentor, Rabbi Richard Levy, was not the type of person who had all the answers. And if he did happen to have some answers, not the answers, but some answers, he certainly didn't share them until his students had discovered them first. Nor was he the type of person who would let you take the easy way. If he thought you capable of something, he would expect you to push through whatever challenges and do it. He never left you completely on your own. He was always right there to support you through the process, but he wouldn't let you off the hook either. I had experienced Rabbi Levy's particular style in his classes. To be honest, at first I found it frustrating. It felt like we couldn't get through any topic in a timely manner because rather than walking us through the tradition or rabbinic reasoning or what have you, he made us go through it ourselves. Sometimes you just want to know what the ancient rabbis said about a particular ritual without having to puzzle it out yourselves. It wasn't until my fourth of 5 years, that I began to appreciate the brilliance of this style. By making us figure out why rituals are what they are, or why the rabbis would have chosen this or that text, and so on, Rabbi Levy was inviting us into the millennia-old conversation. Our ideas were not simply the thoughts of a random handful of students. They were necessary for the continued renewal and relevance of an ancient tradition to today's world. Although I don't think I would have been able to articulate that at the time, when I finally appreciated Rabbi Levy's style, I started to take all of his classes. I made him my academic advisor and eventually wrote my capstone project with him. It turns out that Rabbi Levy did this with everyone and for most things. At his funeral this past June, I heard stories from colleagues and some of his family and friends that suggested that he actually went easy on us in class. His daughter Sarah shared that she and her sister each had to write their own prayer books for their bat mitzvah services, including their own translations, at 12, mind you. And then, despite having hundreds of rabbinic and cantorial colleagues and former students who would have been more than honored to officiate at his funeral, he again asked his daughters, neither of whom is clergy, to lead it. But Sarah was able to capture this aspect of her father's essence perfectly. Each time he pushed you to discover an answer or do something difficult, he was saying, I love you, I believe in you, I see you, and I want to hear you. You understand more than you think, and it's okay you don't understand everything. No one does. Let's learn together. You start, I'm listening. My guess is that most of our loved ones who have died did not leave us this particular combination of love and empowerment, but they did leave us a legacy, a sense of their essence, a set of values. In the months and years and perhaps even decades since their deaths, we continue to hold on to that legacy. Aside from our memories, that sense of who they were lives on within us to be shared with others. And sharing our loved ones' legacies with others is how we show that they were and still are important to us, that they are still relevant in our lives. This, I learned in Rabbi Levy's class, is the essence of our Yizkor prayer. Of course, Rabbi Levy didn't just come out and teach this. That would have gone his let's learn together, you start, I'm listening philosophy. And if we had just looked at the version of Yizkor that's in our Siddur and Mishkan Tefillah, it wouldn't have made sense anyway. In Mishkan Tefillah, the Yizkor prayer asks God to remember our loved ones and keep them in the bonds of eternal life. And then it gently invites us to bring honor to their memory through our lives. In our version of the prayer, our presence here at a Yizkor service is enough to say that our loved ones continue to be important to us. In contrast, the classic version of the prayer feels a little like a quid pro quo. God, remember my loved one who has gone to their eternal rest, because I will, without making a vow, give money to tzedakah for their sake. In compensation for this, may their soul be bound up in the bonds of eternal life, along with our ancestors and all the righteous. I will never say that you shouldn't give tzedakah in memory of your loved ones. But I have to say that when I first read this version, it certainly felt like mourners were being asked to pay for their loved one's place in God's presence, and the more you gave, the closer you got, or your loved one got. It felt wrong and gross, and frankly, I was glad to be using Mishkan Tefillah. But Rabbi Levy wouldn't let us off that easily. Judaism, he reminded us, is about a covenantal relationship between us and God, not an exchange of goods or services. So giving tzedakah is not about buying a seat closer to God. Instead, the promise to give tzedakah in our loved one's memory reminds God and us of their continued influence on our lives. We don't just remember them, our love for them continues to affect us, change us, push us to become our better selves. Their physical presence in our lives, no matter how long or short it was and still is important and meaningful. And even though our loved ones are no longer physically present with us, they are still a part of us, still alive in our memory and in our behavior. Part of why the editors of Mishkan Tefillah changed the language of the Yizkor prayers to say that giving tzedakah isn't the only way that we show that our loved ones continue to affect us, their particular legacies. For some of us, it's about sharing their love of a certain sport or art form. Some of us might honor our loved ones' legacies by cooking with their recipes or telling stories about them or using things that we inherited from them. There's so many ways to let our loved ones' legacies be a part of our lives that I can only begin the list. And as we turn to our silent Yizkor and remember our loved ones who have died, I invite you to consider how you will show the impact that they continue to have on your lives. What can you do to bring their memory and legacy into the world that they no longer inhabit? How will your ongoing love for them manifest in your life? Even during his lifetime, I used material that I learned in Rabbi Levy's classes quite a bit. I have for years because good learning, meaningful insights, and fun, if nerdy tidbits are meant to be shared. But now that he has died and is no longer able to impart his wisdom himself, sharing his teachings, sharing his legacy with others has taken on new meaning. Each time I offer something I learned in studying with him, I show how important he was and is to me. Rabbi Levy may have died, but he will never stop being my teacher, my mentor, my advisor, as long as I let his legacy live on through me. And may your loved ones' legacies live on through you as well, as together we say, Amen. We pause now for the silent Yizkor, which can be found on page 580.